Okay, hello. Like, comment, subscribe. My goal is 50 subscribers, man. 30, 20 more. That's easy. Easy. Don't you understand, Mark? Think about it. Okay. Like, comment, subscribe. It's a button. Okay. We're talking about Colorado saying Trump can't be on the ballot because he violated the 14th, Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. And because he violated that section of the 14th, Section 14th, the Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, um, it would violate Colorado's election code to put him on the ballot. So he can't be on the ballot, right? And that section reads, I have it. This is NPR. That section reads, no person, no person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state, who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. But Congress may, by a vote of 2/3 of each house, remove such disability. Now, the court ruled that this applies to the president, therefore it applies to Trump. That they ruled that his speech is not protected by the First Amendment and put it through a three-pronged test, that it had intent, and that intent would lead to violence, and that, you know what I'm saying, like they broke it down on so many levels. Okay, I skimmed. It's 200 pages. You see, 213 pages. The main opinion is like, it's over half of it. It's like, I mean, if you cut out procedural history and stuff like that, which is less important, but the the like the affirmative is like, it's like 90 pages. Okay, I didn't read all 90 pages. I just read the key points. I'm not moot. Okay, I don't got to read all 90 pages. It's not moot. Okay, if you know what moot is. So I'm not really here for the specifics. I'm just here to have a conversation because at the end of the day, the Supreme Court is going to decide this. I mean, this case is just, in any of the cases, really, all these cases are just to get to the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court is the law of the land. That's who makes, that's the top court. So if the top court says it's okay, it's okay. It's like this bottom court, it really doesn't matter. Because if the Supreme Court says this, like, this only matters because this is going to be appealed to the Supreme Court. If it ruled in favor of Trump, it still would have been appealed to the Supreme Court. Like, this hasn't really changed anything, not yet, until the Supreme Court rules on it. So now let's talk. Let's talk. We can make this big again. Um, you know, Trump, man, Trump. I don't know. When I look at this, am I surprised? Yes, very surprised. But I'm not surprised at the same time. Okay? And this is scary. This is very scary. Cause, I do not support Trump in the slightest, man. Like I don't. I've Trump, when that last election, I was like looking at the thing. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, please. I had to stop watching the election because I'm like, bro, it's gonna be a couple days. It's gonna be, to beat the actual results. It was stressing me out. Cause I'm like, bro, I can't do 4 more years of Trump. I can't. I can't do it. He's crazy. Right? And you know, so I don't want Trump to get in office. I really don't. But at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's about the people. And 62% of the Republican Party wants Trump in the like, Trump is the Republican primary person. Like, he's gonna win, right? That's who the people want. And back in the day with Nixon, when Nixon did his bullshit, Like, and everybody found out, the Republican Party was like, hey, bro, you got to go. They was like, we're going to impeach you. But that's, you see what I'm saying? So even though I forgot what president came after him, I forgot what president it was. They pardoned him so he couldn't get convicted or whatever. Like, they pardoned him, which I think was bad. But at the end of the day, the people, what holds democracy together is the people. You know, the people vote. They pick who they want in office. Those people do what the people want. You know, I know people say politicians are like fucking evil, scheming, conniving. I mean, Trump is, but like most politicians are. People who go around saying all politicians, they're all evil and it's dumb. You elect people, they do what you want them to do. Okay, that's what it's. And if all these people were just like evil scheming, it would come out more often. Like if you thought all these people, like it would be more presidents charged for federal crimes. Like Trump isn't special. Okay, you think that they're just coming for Trump because he's not in the loop? Like, don't you think another president would have got like this is historic. This is historic stuff is happening. Like politicians just don't do this. Okay, like George, do you not understand? George Santos got kicked out of Congress, out of the House. That it was historic. He's a criminal. He's a crook. Most politicians aren't like this. They're not doing crazy, off the wall stuff. Okay, and so when it comes to Trump, he was in the highest office, the president. This is the most important position in America, in our democracy. And he did some bullshit, okay? And he did. He did. He tried to overthrow the government. He tried to overthrow the government. He told his people, he said, march down, stop them. They was talking about hanging Pence. He was like, yes, do it. Like, he was like, bro, the night of the election, when it started, he went on stage and said, I won. He knew that the votes was going to take some time to count. He was telling all his people, oh, they're going to cheat. They're going to rig the election. They're going to cheat. And then January 6th happens. And then after January 6th, he's making phone calls talking about, oh, we need 11,000 votes in Georgia. Come on, help us out, man. We just need 11,006 or whatever it was, 10,061. I don't know how many votes it was. And they went down there and made fake electors. And now he has a RICO in Georgia. Okay? A RICO in Georgia. RICO, the same thing as Young Thug. No president has been a part of a RICO. Has been charged for felony crimes. He has 4. Not 3. The taxes is different. He has 3 cases, felony crimes. He go away forever. And so, and he's an up and coming, he's going to be the leader of the Republican Party wants him to represent them in the presidential race. And so, you know, he did crazy stuff and he deserves punishment for that. He does. He deserves, you look at the January 6th report. If you don't think Trump did anything wrong and you think other politicians are doing the same thing Trump is doing, you're not looking at the same, you're not looking at the facts. That's the facts. No president has tried to overthrow the democracy. Try to say the election was rigged and do that for months and years afterwards. Bro, the next election is coming up. He's still talking about the election was rigged. Like, come on, okay? No president has done that. Right? But, so Trump needs his punishment. I think he should be punished. Truly. I think he should be punished. I do. I truly do. Right? We're giving free advertisements. Let's get this out the way. We don't get free advertisements, okay? The Matrix. So I really do. I think he should be punished. You know, he could be punished going to jail. Supreme Court could rule him out. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of stuff can happen. But The problem is the people. If the people don't see that as legitimate, if they say, "Oh, this is against Trump," and "Oh, da 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 da," like it's really shaky grounds. Like if like a state could just take a person off the ballot, and they didn't just take them off, but like insurrection, da 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 da, like it's just a slippery slope. It's scary because if that happens, and then say another state is like, oh, so we're just gonna take Biden off for no reason. You see what I'm saying? Or like maybe another candidate in the future. That's why it's scary because this is historic and something that's never happened. And so like we're at a pivotal moment. It's either up from here or down. Okay? One or the other. And so if the Supreme Court decided that, the states are allowed to kick Trump off the ballot because they agree that the 14th Amendment, Section 3 of the 14th Amendment applies to the president and would allow that or whatever, and he was insurrection, all that, you know what I'm saying? All the stuff that needs to be approved. Like, I don't know, it's kind of scary. Like, how would the Republican people, because do you know what all the Republican Party people are going to say? They're going to say, oh, it's rigged. Oh, it's a banana republic. It's a blah, 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 okay? We know it's dumb, but that's not the point because the democracy is about the people. And if the people are dumb, the people, really the Republican Party, most of the Republican Party are dumb. Dumb. I don't know how you could be a Republican. I truly don't. It's another video, but and they feel like Trump should win, and should be able to go into office. It's like, oh, it's iffy. It's iffy. It's like, oh, then they feel like they're not being represented. But at the end of the day, what he did was wrong. You see what I'm saying? But that's the conflict. Like, say he gets convicted. Say Trump gets convicted. If Trump gets convicted of these felony charges in any of the cases, he can still run for president. How would he get locked up? First of all, that's another video. He could still be president. He could run for president. You feel me? So I don't even know if Trump got convicted, if he would. So, I think the best thing that could happen is Trump loses again. If Trump went up there fair and square, no, well, not fair and square, but, you know what I'm saying? Everybody voted and he lost to Biden again, which I think is a great possibility. Because think about it. Biden, you see how they talk about Biden? Sleepy Joe, always boring, always old, always falling down the stairs, always speech is boring, oh, da-da-da-da-da. Like everything everybody says about Joe, like you see his rating. Like people talk about Joe Biden like he's the devil, like he's terrible at being president. He's not, he's doing great, okay? But people dislike Trump so much that they talk so bad about Biden that they pick Biden over Trump. You feel me? Trump in the last election got a historic number of votes. Guess who got more votes than Trump? Biden. Most votes in history. And that was because of Trump. Because people don't like Trump. You feel me? So if Trump Trump went up fair and square, lost the election again, it would show that the people don't want Trump. But in my eyes, I think that would be the best for the country. You feel me? The best for the country in the sense that, like, they don't want a criminal. They don't want a crook. And democracy is based on, I've said several times, is off the people, what the people want. And so even though the institutions are, those are actually formed by the people as well, it just, I think it would feel better this way in this situation. But in my eyes, just in my opinion, bro, get him out of here, bro. Lock him up. I hope the Supreme Court says they can take him off the ballots. I hope. I really do. But I don't think Republican states would do that. So I don't even think it would matter to begin with. But I don't even know if it would actually change. In my opinion, I think all the institutions should crack down on him. Because this is some bullshit. And he needs to get clapped. Clapped. You feel me? In whatever legal way and in whatever justifiable way possible. because what he did was crazy. I think he should get clapped. But at the end of the day, we're at a pivot in our nation. It's either up or down, up or down. You feel me? And, it's scary times. Like, actually, it's scary times. Because I don't want Trump back in office, but I also don't want the 62% of Republicans fucking protesting in the streets because they're mad Trump can't be on the ballot in their state. I'd rather him lose fair and square. Even though I'm be stressed out because if he wins, oh my God, to me, actual banana republic. But so at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. I'm glad I'm not in the Supreme Court. I wouldn't want to be. I mean, Supreme Court is majority conservative, but I don't think the Supreme Court would, you see all the other courts, like the courts don't play. There's no bias in the courts. Okay, the courts don't play. Trump judges is ruling against Trump. You feel me? So even though they're like, I think they would do the right thing. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I think they would do the right thing and rule right. I don't want to be them. I truly don't. It's got to be so stressful just thinking about the weight on your shoulders, right? So I don't know. It's just it's a good thought. I want it to happen, but at the same time, I mean, there are consequences to actions, and I mean, we just don't know those consequences. We just don't, and that's really all I got for you. Like, comment, subscribe. You feel me? 50 subscribers is my goal. 20 away, that's nothing. That's nothing. Okay? Nothing. You feel me? So just support your boy if you like my political analysts, and I got anime video. I make videos about everything because I don't want to be locked down. I hate being locked down. I want to be free. Okay? So just like, comment, subscribe.